Hello. Hello, welcome back. Yo, Katie Art. Katie Art? Is that how you say it? Uh I you yeah, hello, welcome to the stream everybody. Greetings. We're almost done. I already you saw probably that I've already printed him out. And that's because I just needed to get a final idea of uh last I checked, you significantly improved. Thanks. I mean, I guess this would be counted as the third model that I've made. For a third model, I'd say that's pretty good. uh, the little things I obviously still don't know, but I know enough now that I can brute force my way through doing things. Um, but yeah, I printed him out. K K-Tai. It's like K-Tai art. Oh, okay, K-Tai. K-Tai art. Yeah, welcome. Glad to have you here, man. It looks incredible. Thanks. Yeah, I printed them out one last time to like really get a gist of what's still missing. So I wrote a bit of a list after printing them out of what I want to fix, and now I'm like just going through it to iron out the last few things before, putting the model onto Sketchfab. Um, the the truth or what I just have to accept is that this model is just not made for miniatures. Or it's like I want it to be a miniature, of course, but I didn't like I can't help myself with the amount of detail I add to things, right? And also, this is very much not miniature friendly. Like all of these little nooks and stuff that'd be a nightmare to paint, and these little lines. This actually came out quite well on the printed version, but still, I did write down that I should thicken it, so that's what I did. I did like double it up pretty much. Um, but yeah, this is just a fuck you to anyone who wants to print this thing. It's incredibly unfriendly to printing. Like the amount of supports this thing needs is awful because of how many little bumps and little nooks are considered overhangs. Um, but yeah, so after I finish the model and like clean everything up, I'm looking uh at trying to figure out what's the optimal angle to print this thing at, because at the angle that I printed it at this last time, it needed a lot of supports. But I was fiddling around with it and I was like leaning him back, and about like 53 degrees, it started reducing the amount of supports because like a lot of things were fine at that angle. So I'll do a little bit more messing around with that to figure out what angle's best to print it at, to tell that to people so they know, so they don't accidentally print this dude at an angle that it really doesn't like. Because like these little ridges here, all of those need supports at a certain angle. So you'll just have like 5 supports under his chin, and then one under this this gas mask part, and then like 3 behind the gun here and stuffed under his elbow. It's just like it's so not print friendly. It's hard mode for model painters. I mean, yeah, but it's also just like I guess I think about it too much because I'm thinking like, God, you can't like color or paint anything that's here in like this little nook. But then the thought is, I mean, if it's so tucked in there, no one's gonna look in there either. So you can just fucking slather some like shadow in there and just make it dark. Like it doesn't matter. So I think in the end, it won't be that bad to paint it. Well, here's the thing. After I finish it and then print it again, and I have my final models finally. I'll try to paint one myself. I don't have the materials to do so. I literally just have acrylic paints and some primers, and brushes. So I won't be using like airbrushes. I don't have those, or like a spray booth or whatever the fuck. But just to get into the mindset of people who would want to paint it, it might give me a better idea of what the hell I'd need to improve. You're underestimating miniature painters? I guess so. Yeah, I guess I'm putting myself in the shoes and thinking like, God, how tedious it would be. Like this line, for example. There's another, so there's this strap for the powder horn, and there's this other one that in the model I'm looking at, you just can't get to that. That's just not available to you because it's too tucked in there. But yeah, so hold on. Let me check what else is missing. So I want to thicken the rope. Yep. The hanging water skin rope as well. This rope was a little tedious to deal with. So I'm gonna fix that. Then the smoker neck. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll do that right now, actually. This neck piece broke off when I pulled off the supports on some of them. Not all of them, but I realized it was dainty enough that I'd probably need to support it so no one accidentally pulls it off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm basically just gonna add like a strut, I guess. Like, it's not gonna be noticeable, but it'll add a substantial amount of integrity. There you go, like that. That helps with the surface area a lot more. It's a lot stronger. And, no one's gonna fucking notice that. Or it's not gonna affect the look of the model anyway. There you go. Okay, I feel like the inside of the gun shouldn't be hollow. Maybe just a small indentation. Oh, don't worry, it is. It is. It is just a very small indentation. It did print perfectly fine. Um, so yeah, it isn't hollow. Jesus, that'd be even worse. But yeah. Oh, also the hammer. I completely like tunnel visioned when designing the gun, and when I printed it out, I was like, oh fuck, that hammer is actually tiny. Like this little tiny neck of the hammer. It printed out, but and it didn't break even. Uh, or it didn't break at all. But the thing is, it's just so small and precarious. It's definitely gonna break off for some people, and why the fuck would I want that? So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the gun. I want to like make it thicker, from side to side, but then also add a strut the same way as I did with this. So I think I'm gonna pull. How am I gonna? Hold on. Can I like? Because this is a separate piece. Um. L? Yes, I can. Okay, awesome. So that part, and then I'll just delete vertices. Actually, I'll just delete the whole hammer. Hmm. Oh, yikes. probably a quicker shortcut to do this, but the way I've learned to do it. Cool. Let's yoink this whole. Oh, is that? Did I make that just one piece? Oh, it still used. How long did it take to learn 3D? Hold on. It from what I've learned, it just really depends on what you consider learned. You know, because there's no point where you officially have learned 3D. There's just always more to do and learn. What I consider learned in the video I made a video about learning 3D. It was not a good one. But what I consider is literally just learning enough of it to be able to make something. You know, that was it. So not something good, just something. And that took me like 3 hours of like half a tutorial and then another half of another tutorial. And then I made the witch tier right after that. So 3 hours, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do my own shit. Because I literally just need the basics. I needed the basics, and 3 hours was enough to get that. And then the rest was, you know, just trial and error. And I prefer learning like that a lot more than like studying until I can do something actually good. I'd rather just jump into it as fast as possible. Okay, so I wanna like I'll just extrude. Am I gonna go about? I want all of it thicker first. All of it double the thickness. Then I want to pull this back, get some more schmeat. This. Move this to the center. Make that. Whoops. Bigger. And crunch down. Why is it doing that? Not that big. Just okay. That'll probably be a little nicer and won't fall off the fucking gun. It's a little too thick. There. And then give me this. Could you print in separate parts? I mean, yeah. I haven't. I sort of know how to do that. I have a hunch, and I also watched a video. Like, I could probably figure it out, but I can't be bothered with this first guy. Yep, good to me. Cool. That will be stronger. Okay. That's the hammer done. Neck of the smoker done. Then rope at the end of. Oh yeah, the rope at the end of the grenades. I also this was annoying because that needed a support because it just wasn't flush against the thing. But also I need to replace these panels first. These panels are fucked. I messed these up bad time or big time. I separated them using booleans and it just fucked it somehow. So like the topology of I honestly I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing. It's like clipping in and out of itself. Hold on, I'll remove this panel so you can see the glory of what it is. Holy shit. It's something special. And so when I was when I was retopologizing all of it, something happened to it. Uh no idea what. Hold on. Here, like look at that. That was yeah. It just it's destroyed itself. So I'm gonna yoink a panel fresh that's not fucked, and I separate it properly and move that over there to replace both of these panels. I think, or yeah, both of them. Yeah. So let's do that first, because then I know. Um. The Come on. This. What are those dots? Oh, right. I Great. I've placed it somewhere that is very annoying. Okay, so now I just have to shove that there. And I'll retopologize the whole thing on its all together. So first I'll join these. And now I just have to line it up with that piece. Are you gonna model a Varusian soldier next? I don't know. Because, well, I wanted to, but I'm not as happy with the design of the Varusian soldier as I am with the Ram soldier, honestly. So I still don't know. I don't think it's finished enough for me to want to model it yet. So I might like fiddle with its design a little more. Good enough. Yeah. The rest. Seems good enough. The corner here is missing though, which is annoying. So I'm literally uh come on, brain. Up. So ugly. There you go. That is enough. Nope. Who fucking cares? No one's looking there. No one is looking there. It's not gonna matter in the slightest. Or hold on, let me check on. Such a tiny little nook. Fun. Can't see that. ZBrush is good. Yeah, I don't need ZBrush. Really don't. I don't like as soon as I've been using, you know, like now that I'm using Blender, I haven't felt like it is missing anything that I like need to model. Sorry, I have a really hard time talking and fucking this at the same time. But you know, like I haven't felt like there was anything missing, or like the sculpting or anything was hard too hard to work with or whatever. So I think it's just a matter of preference. Did I delete the right one? Oh, which one's the right one? Flunky ones. Nope. This one. Yes. There you go. There you go. Okay, that's the two panels. Yeah, you don't need ZBrush for miniature modeling. Yeah, I'm guessing if I did like really high poly shit, I'd probably want ZBrush more, because, well, I don't know. I don't know what ZBrush is better at. And let me save this just. Yeah. The thing is, like, my computer's not. I really need to find a better method to do this, though, next time, like, when I do the Varusian Soldier. Because my computer nearly exploded because of this fucker. Um, I made a post where I said, like, posing this dude nearly blew up my computer. And people said, like, oh, you should have retopologized or, like, decimated him first so it's, like, a lighter model before posing it. I did that. That's the thing. He almost exploded my computer even after retopologizing. It was like it wasn't even that many. Like, I couldn't. The issue is, like, because I needed him to be high enough resolution so I don't lose any details. It needed to be like a minimum of like 1,000,000 verts, so I don't lose literally everything to pose him. So I retopologized him, and then posed him, and it just exploded my fucking computer. And the thing is, if I had it too high, like, it was such a nightmare. Holy shit! Hold on, let me tell you about this. So, like, if there were too many vertices, it'll take ages until it finished. I used auto weights. That's the thing. I clicked the model and then clicked the armature and then did the auto weight thing, and it would take like 5 minutes or like 10 minutes for it to finish loading the auto weights. And if it was too high, too many like stuff, it would load, and then it'd be like, I'm done. And then, it would present to me the auto weights that were non-existent. It didn't fucking do it. So it wouldn't crash. Like, if I made it too high, it crashed. If I made it a little lower, it would take ages. But then it would finish loading, and then there were no weights. I did auto weights, but there were no weights. And then, so why the fuck did it load in the first place? I don't get it. Why did it take so long to load? And then it was just like, here you go, nothing. Fuck you. And I'm not gonna do auto weights, because the thing is, when it was high enough topology, or too high topology, it lagged when I was painting the weights, and it lagged so much that it didn't have sensitivity, so I could only do red. I couldn't do, like, I couldn't blend, I couldn't nothing, and it lagged every brush stroke. So obviously, doing painting the weights myself wasn't an option, so I had to make it do the auto weight thing and then adjust or fix it at the maximum. Like, at most I could fix the auto weights that were automatically done, but I couldn't paint them all myself. So I retopologized the fucker and made him like added him or auto weighted him like 20 times to get it right. To get it to finally comply and be like, okay, this is the resolution that's fine enough. It doesn't explode my computer just enough, but I also keep enough resolution. Yeah. System windows when I use Blender. But yeah, it means that I need to find a better method to pose models. I don't know. Like I can't make this dude in another pose. I'm not gonna go through that again. There needs to be a better way that's not as heavy. And I'm not gonna, like, I don't know. I don't know. I think the unfortunate answer is pose block out first. Well, yeah, but the issue with that is then I don't have the flexibility of like doing multiple variations of him, you know? Because then I did the pose first and then did the modeling. So when I want to change the pose, it's like, you know, I have to redo a bunch of shit. So preferably I'd want to like finish modeling all of it in a T pose and then uh you know. Okay, what else was I missing? Or what else was like you can make a new file and append poses one in there so you don't have duplicates. What do you mean? Like these duplicates standing next to him? I mean, that's not the issue. And also I like them because I keep like pulling shit from this one and exchanging it over. Yeah, what else? Okay, so that was the uh rope at the water skin. Oh, the grenade rope. Right, right. Still have the grenade rope. Just the grenades are good, but the rope is. So yeah, that's all. It's fine. Up there. Fine. I want to add a little spare here. The worst thing is that even when you OG for posing the high poly, you still need to fix stuff afterwards. Yeah, I mean the fixing I thought was inevitable, so I didn't like fully um render the fuck out of him before posing. Um, like the wrinkles on the clothing, you obviously can't like predict that stuff. So I just had to wait till I posed him to know what kind of what kind of wrinkles to add. But also I couldn't pose the whole thing, obviously. Like the armor plates, for example, I needed to pose separately. Cause if I just made all of it, merged all of it, and then posed him, a lot of things would get bendy. So this plate I set. Hold on, I basically this is the only stuff I merged together and posed. Uh, that wouldn't deform or like wouldn't be too noticeable if it deformed. Uh, and then added all the rigid stuff on top of it that had to keep its shape. Yeah. I want to make this rope thicker. Well, actually, I don't want to make it thicker. I think I just want to, like, literally connect it to the torso. To not have this stupid gap here that is incredibly unnecessary. So I accidentally pressed tab. Oh no. Okay, fine. You can see the beautiful topology. It's three million whatever, because I retopologized it again to clean up, like sharpen the lines that got blurry from retopologizing the first time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add just the same like support. Oh, yeah. The what? Uh, Tassets should be attached to the Piscot cuirass, not the belt. It's not attached to the belt. Here's the armor. This is the belt up here. So don't worry. I got you. I like armor too. It's just that it's, it's not attached to the belt. It's just that because it's so crunched in, I couldn't really like put the belt and then the lip of the armor and then the plates attached to that. So yeah, don't worry. I got you. I don't like that either when I see like stupid fucking belt attached plates of armor or something. Yeah, it's just really hard to tell because, like the belt. Uh, if I pull the belt up, then there's too much of a yeah. It was a whole thing, but yeah, don't worry. It's attached to the armor. I did it correct. No worries, no worries. There's a bot in the Twitch chat. I don't know how to deal with that. Let me hide that. This is gonna be a little fiddly. Not that fiddly. Okay, there you go. That'll be a lot nicer print, and you won't lose anything anyway. Like, you can't see this shit. You can sort of see this, so I'm not gonna like connect that, and that doesn't need a support anyway. Okay, what else? And also, I think I'm gonna cut his head off, and then re-add his head in, because the thing is, the detail on this, obviously it's not noticeable in the print, but it just bothers me. The detail on the hands is getting more and more obscured by the final version because it's been retopologized like 3 times. So it just keeps fucking it more and more. So I'd rather just cut his head off, and just duplicate it over from this, and then it would be retopologized once, to keep as much of it clean. Let's I want to thicken. Okay, what else? What else? This is kind of inevitable. These 2 dots needed supports, and then those needed supports separately as well. Oh, yeah, one of the buttons, like, sticks out more than the other one, annoyingly enough. Which one do I like more? I like the one that sticks out longer. Out. There you go. Don't forget to save. Ah, yes, thank you. Then Keep as many parts separate as possible. What do you mean? No. The slicer hates it. I don't know if it's like the slicer specific, but um, when I made the first model, I kept everything separate. Like the witch tier that I made, I kept everything separate because the tutorial like on the slicer said it's fine. The software will know what parts are inside and outside, so it'll just remove all parts that are overlapping and only do, make it a solid thing. Not true. It did not work. So it thought that there were tiny like cavities inside where all the